I keep forgetting that sub alert too. Also, hello! First things first. Hello. I'm Daenerys. I'm the host of this lovely talk show podcast, however you want to call it, called Vtuber Gaming Talk, in which we invite a Vtuber for a one-on-one talk about video games and video game related topics. And before we begin with the introductions, there is one little tiny thing that took me 50 episodes to figure out why, right? If you scroll a little bit down on the about section, you can check out today's guest Rosette's socials if you're interested. So feel free to give that a look, and we also have the playlist down there too. Why not? Anyway, Rosette, would you like to introduce yourself?
Absolutely! Hi! Some of you know me, others may not. I know I'm here on the podcast. I've got a couple of friends who've been here before. I am Rosette. I am a variety gaming VTuber. I stream every day except for Mondays and Fridays on 5 p.m. EST. Go ahead and look that up in your own time zone. I am usually on the chill side. I'll go just chatting for a couple hours, then I'll switch to a game. I very much a variety game streamer. The stuff I play is all over the place. I'm sure you'll notice that today. But I'm really excited to be here. You are so sweet. I've already enjoyed talking to you a lot. Genuinely a delight.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit before the stream. For setting up and stuff, it's usually a thing that I like to do, like just to have a moment to just get to know each other, get the vibe going. So it's not so uncomfortable to be, but yeah, glad you're having fun so far. And first things first, how did you pronounce this? Kratis
Nix.
Okay, Kratis Nix. Thank you for the sub and the gift sub to Rosette here. I'm not used to getting subs, and those alerts scare the shit out of me every time. But yeah, no. Alright, going
you
into...
deserve every single one. Don't worry about it.
I don't know. Take the compliment. Okay. So, we were talking a little bit about Fate Grand Order, right? So,
yeah.
Can you reiterate what we were talking about? Because
Absolutely.
Alright. Rewind
No,
button.
It is one of my favorite games. I was talking about this before. I want to flesh it out more because I feel like there's a lot of stuff I didn't really intentionally leave out, but it is a game that's very near and dear to my heart. Like my model, like the artist who made my model, I met through Fate Grand Order, through the streaming community. Genuinely such a wonderful, tight-knit community. It is a game that I hold very near and dear to my heart, but oh my god, it is a game I would recommend to someone with so many asterisks, because the gameplay is melt my brain out of my ears boring. I'm going to be honest with you. There are some people who I know for a fact are not in chat right now, so I can say this without potentially being assassinated, without potentially being blasted off the face of the earth. Alright? One of my mods, I also met through the game, absolutely wonderful person. He would have my head for that. I love the game so much. The gameplay is boring. It is 90% farming. Sometimes they do legitimately interesting things with the gameplay. Most of the time it is insanely boring, and there is no skip button for the farming. Fate community is surprisingly chill. True! No, it's a very diverse community. Lots of lovely people. It is a gigantic community. So there are also a lot of people who are nightmares.
You get the two sides of the coin.
Mm-hmm.
The two
no, I'm lucky that I've met like the kinder side of the community. Lots of lovely people. There are some bad eggs, but that's true for any community.
Yeah. But yeah, now when it comes to farming in video games, every time when it comes to farming in video games, I have to present my 3,000 hour card on Warframe. But I give Warframe this. Even though some of the guns are generic as shit, at least you get to press some buttons and have fun killing stuff.
Yeah, no. It's farming in Fate Go getting your favorite character like high up, like in games like Warframe, is very much a trophy. It takes so much time, and there are so many niche, weird little things you have to do. Like, you have to get 6 copies of a 5-star in order to fully max them out if you want to do that. I've only ever done one.
That's where Genshin got that thing going on. Ah! Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Okay,
Fako's, like, JP is coming up on it. I think it already had its 10-year anniversary, so blame it.
Yeah. God damn it. God. If I had a nickel for how many times I just got burned out after a year of playing a gacha game, I will have just 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but thank God just happened twice.
Yeah. My thing with gachas is whenever you get active in the community, I feel like there are a lot of people. You're inevitably going to meet whales. You know, whales are going to be the people who are the most active in any given gacha community. They're literally devoting their wallets to this. I hope they're devoting their lives too, you know? Lay down your life for these PNGs. I'm begging you. Make that money worth it. But I feel like it's important to remember that a lot of the time, they're really sweet. And they're whaling so you don't have to. You don't have to get that into the game. Just read the story, enjoy the gameplay. You do not have to level all your characters that much. You don't have to put that much into it.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. That's the funny part. I played Genshin for 2 years and I haven't spent a single cent on it. And I got...
Really?
Yeah, and I got pretty far in 2 years. Here's the thing though. Once you finish every single story there is and collect every single like important thing to level up the towers on each region, the game goes from fun exploration to a fucking job.
Yeah, that's my main issue.
Every day you need to log in to either go use your resin on whatever you need to do, like farming materials for your characters, farming the relics for the stat benefits of your characters. Heck, you even for the what's the name of this thing? Primogems? For the pools. You need to save up months in advance before a banner, so you plan out your move there. You need 10 wishes, and even then, it's a 50-50 that there is a reason why I have a fucking Constellation 5 gene. My 50-50 goes there.
Yeah, my issue with a lot of gachas is I feel like they do focus on gameplay. I was actually talking about this literally on stream yesterday because I was playing Wuthering Waves on stream for the first time. Mm-hmm. But I feel like gachas are so heavily handicapped by how they make money because of the fact that you have to make characters that are appealing. You have to appeal to as wide an audience as possible so you can get a lot of people coming in and rolling, which means you can't provide particularly great challenges for your game. You have to make something that's engaging and fun, that gives someone a reason to keep going, but you can't constantly be adding on to that, providing new challenges, and then locking a part of your audience out of that higher part of the story. Because if you're making a one-time purchase, it's totally fine if a ton of people buy it, lots of people give up halfway, still have good things to say about the game, other people finish it completely. But with a gacha, it's a continuous investment in that game over time, and you have to give other people a reason to be continuously invested. But since the gameplay can't get too hard, you can't have a challenge. You're kind of just hoping people keep buying those characters and grinding for them so they keep having a goal to reach for that is monetary, that is numbers, that has little to do with how powerful they are gameplay-wise.
Yup, pretty much. You need to basically appeal to the players with a cool design and maybe a cool story to boot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works. Funny enough, that works a lot when it comes to like selling action games or, well, gacha games in this case too. If you have a cool design or an appealing design, depending on what you're orienting to, you will attract players no matter what. Ask fighting games, for example. Some fighting games go ham on the appealing on some audiences or with some designs. So yeah, It's a common practice in video games at this point.
Oh, 100%. Honestly, such an important part of a game's appeal is 100% the way it looks. Like, you're not gonna play a game that, like, I feel like there's a difference between stylized, low poly, stuff like that. But if a game just, like, genuinely, truly, like, runs like crap, looks like crap, no one's gonna play it. And I feel like such an important part of that is definitely the way it looks.
Yeah. Sometimes you get the oddities like crap game or content warning or lethal company that the appeal is not on the design or the performance or the aspect of the game, more of what you can do with it. Like, you have a lot of fun if you have friends for that thing, basically. Sometimes the gameplay of it saves it a lot.
No, 100%. For me, I actually, when you said crab game, I always mix up crab game and crab champions. Crab Champions is way more fun.
Oh yeah, Crab Champions it's way more fun. It's like the roguelike with the crab and guns. Yeah. I played that one. That one is fun.
No, I don't like roguelikes very much because I'm bad at them. I am terrible at roguelikes. I've been playing a lot of Hades lately. I tried to play Inscription again, and honestly, most of the time I give up without completing a run, but I have a lot of fun playing Crab Champions with friends. I think that's the big thing for me. When I mess up, other people can fix my mistakes for me.
Yep, pretty much. When it comes to roguelikes like Hades, or at least with Hades you have an ending to reach out, but then you have games like Risk of Rain 2. I
Risk
swear.
of Rain 2?
Yeah, Risk of Rain 2, I swear, it's infinitely more complex than you think. Like, you can reach the end, you can reach the final boss if you want to, but you also have the option to continue the run indefinitely. And you can get as broken as you can if you get the correct items and stuff like that. You can break the game to a point that the game will crash. It takes a lot to get there, but you can do it. But
yeah, no, 100%.
Appreciate the roguelike that have a definitive end of the run. Like, you have a goal over there.
No, for the longest time, I never understood the appeal of roguelikes. I feel so bad saying this because I know, like, they're really popular, and I get it now, even if it doesn't necessarily click with me. The reason I like games like Hades in particular, even if I'm so bad at them, is because there's a moment where I can say that it's over. And I remember talking to some friends and they were like, yeah, we're gonna play some Risk of Rain. I was like, I don't really want to play Risk of Rain. And when they asked me why, I was talking about how, yeah, I really love playing games with you guys, but I don't see the appeal in playing a game where you just keep going until you lose, and you lose no matter what. I couldn't crack it for the longest time.
I mean, if I'm being honest, I have that exact same scenario multiple times with RPGs, with roguelikes too, and even with bullet heavens like Hollow Cure, Vampire Survivals type of games. I had that happen to me because what's the point of going in and then going out and losing everything? That also applies to battle royales, but there is always a game that manages to make the thing click. For me, it was Risk of Rain 2, and then Hades. That just gave me both perspectives, and I love it.
No, Hades is absolutely phenomenal, and we are talking about roguelikes right now. We're just flip-flopping between games in general. Hi, Shay!
Yeah, replayability factor.
Yeah, the replayability factor is definitely a huge thing for me. It was really starting to click for me when I was really getting used to the fact that a huge part of the appeal was that you're creating different builds, you're trying to do different things with your build to see what all you can do. For the longest time, I was like, but how do I even know I'm going to get what I want? How do I even know I'm going to get something good? But I feel like part of the point is, like, you can hope. Sometimes you'll get a really good run. Sometimes I would have just the best tools available to me, and then I would totally trip up. And I would still trip up with the bad tools, but sometimes I would do really well with those things that I didn't normally expect to work at all.
Yeah, if you get the opportunity to experiment with stuff that you never ever used before, yeah, that's cool.
No, I really think it's fantastic. The point is to be adaptable. 100%.
And the story is great too. Like, the story on Hades, I wasn't expecting to get hooked up in a story like that. For a roguelike, no less, and yeah, no, that's a great story. I love it.
I've been playing it off stream a ton. I've actually never beaten Hades. A couple days ago, for the second time ever, and I've tried playing the game pretty intensely 3 different times. The first time when it came out, before I started streaming, I was playing it constantly. And then the second time, I was trying, it was like a month, my first month of streaming. Every other stream would be me playing Hades and dying. And again, right now, I'm getting into it because, you know, Hades 2 is coming out. Gotta try out both of them.
Yeah.
It is going about as well as I can parse it.
I will say, at least until you beat Hades for the first time, stick with the weapon that is more comfortable for you. Because after that is when the fun begins.
Oh god, it is so funny you say that. Because right now, I've been using the sword almost exclusively. And there's one build I always try to go for, where you use the Daedalus Hammer specifically when you get the boon that heals you every time you hit someone.
Ooh.
And then I try to go for a lot of Athena and Hermes stuff, because those focus heavily on deflection and speed, and I am so sure that anyone who's watched my stream knows where I'm going with this. I am sure you are so confused right now.
Yes.
I get to start playing Hades like it's Ultra Kill. Oh my god.
Honestly, I always try to go for hard damage and crowd control type of damage. Like, maybe Athena on the dash so I can have a reflect, but then more on Ares and Zeus. Because those two are literally the way to go when it comes to damage.
Oh yeah, no, I totally get that they're definitely the way to go for damage, but for me, like Shay is saying, movement shooter brain rot.
Yeah.
Every time you see me play the game, I also try to go for a lot of effects that trigger when you're not, like, trigger automatically alongside attacking or dashing or anything like that, because I have huge movement shooter brain rot. It is the ADHD in full force, man, and I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah. Also, Eve Shay, thank you for the follow. But yeah, no. Speaking of movement shooters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you tried Neon White?
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say Doom. I'm gonna be totally honest with you.
Nah.
I was like, this is gonna be the 10th person to ask me if I've played Doom. I have not played Neon White. In fact, I've never heard of it before.
Okay, so this is the thing. If I remember correctly, because I haven't played it myself, but I've seen a lot of videos about it, and it looks so fun. Just imagine Ultra Kill mixed up with what's this?
You had me at Ultra Kill, my friend.
Yeah, Ultra Kill mixed up with a roguelike. Just imagine
you lost me at roguelike, my friend.
Just imagine you have a hand with cards, and those cards have different weapons you can use.
Oh, that does sound really interesting.
And you have to
I might be
make decisions
intrigued.
on the fly. It looks so fun. I cannot. I'm tempted to try both that and Ultra Kill already. Like, I already had them on my radar a long time ago, since I also have a friend that literally perfected every single fucking level on that game. And I've watched him do it. It was awesome. God damn it.
The thing is, with Ultra Kill, is this is another thing I talk about a lot. It's got a low skill floor and a high skill ceiling because you can finish it at your own pace. This is the big issue with Ultra Kill. You have to get 3 S ranks in order to perfect it. The first one, relatively easy. You have to kill everyone in the level. You can take as much time as you need and do whatever you want to do that. However, it gets a lot more troublesome with the other two because one of them is essentially a style score, and it's really tough to do that because you have to be switching weapons a lot. You have to do a lot of stuff that requires a lot of accuracy, and it's really tough. It's super fun, and it's been incredibly rewarding for me. It is fucking hard, dude. and then the part that's really tough for me, because once you get down a skill, usually I find it's pretty easy to continue. Like, I can switch weapons pretty confidently at this point in the game. I can hit coins, which is a whole thing. I don't feel like explaining coins right now. Coins are a whole thing. I'm sure you get it if you've seen the game, all of you. But the really tough thing is when you take that and then you have to consider you have to do it quickly. You have to do it in a certain time limit. And then you can't die and restart at any point. You have to do it start to finish. That's where it becomes really hard.
That's why I call them my cry of shooters. That style aspect goes
so true.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I have the exact same experience with Pizza Tower.
Really?
Like, Pizza Tower works in a similar vein as that, but instead of killing enemies, you need to do everything fast. Like, you need to find this little secret and open the secret door. You need to find the 3 different mini games you have in each level, all without getting hit once and within the time limit and doing a second lap of the level to get a P rank. To get a perfect rank. You can get an S rank by just doing everything. You can get hit, but not too much. And you still need to find everything else. But you can technically you can still take your time.
No, for me, it's very much like rhythm games. I actually, funny story, I'm wearing an arm brace right now. Because I spent so much time playing Beat Saber that I hurt my wrist. This was over a year ago that I stopped playing it super regularly. My wrist is finally starting to feel better enough that I can do it. I'm still gonna give it a while and ease myself back into it. But I actually, a couple weeks ago, a friend recommended it to me, started wearing it. It's been really comfortable. But I really love Beat Saber specifically. I also play Muse Dash sometimes. I find that games like Pizza Tower play a lot like rhythm games, because with rhythm games, the clear requirements are very much to do things as perfectly as possible in a specific order. It's kind of like doing a set list of tasks the way you have to, except really, really fucking fast. And I find that that's exactly how Pizza Tower is, where you kind of take things as they are in front of you, and you do it as quickly as you can. It's the way it registers on me.
Yeah, that's how a speedrun works. A speedrun mentality is memorize the layout of the level, memorize where everything kinda is, just by recognition of the area, and go for it at the appropriate time, because sometimes you need to finish the first part of the level, and when you're going back, you get that path open, and then look for it. It's just a speedrun mentality, and I kind of like that because I sometimes like to challenge myself and see how fast I can beat up this level without it taking any consideration on my health or how many lives I have or anything. Just go.
No, 100%. For me, if I'm ever pursuing anything that is a speedrun, I'm never really pursuing it as a speedrun. I don't really know how to explain it. But I always play games casually. I'm never trying to be the number 1 best gamer ever, because when I was literally still in middle school, early high school when this happened. But I played this game that has slowly devolved into a gacha called Love Nikki. And it was a fun game. I enjoyed it. The plot was insane. I've told people about it, and they were like, what do you mean there's murder and blood pacts in my dress-up game? I'm not kidding. Those are real.
I mean, it doesn't get as creepy as the those Flash awful
it's not creepy at all.
Those rip-off games that you needed to do brain surgery on Elsa type of shit? No.
No, it's not that it was creepy. That was never the issue for me, because it really read more like dramatic, the way things like the Hunger Games are dramatic. but in a much
okay.
more unserious way. Yeah, no, because it was very much like a drama, not dramatic as in it's so dramatic, because I think the Hunger Games does actually handle a lot of serious subject matter.
It's
but
not theater kid dramatic.
yeah, exactly. But it's one of those things where it's like the game itself had a lot, and this is coming back to gacha games and mobile games in general. They have such an issue with, it's like someone who's trying way too hard to impress you, and then they spend so much time trying to impress you that you just get tired of it. Like, yeah, you're always here. You have me here every day. You want to do something every day. Sometimes I just want to chill. There are days where I want to hang out with other friends, other gachas. And it's like, but you can hang out with the other gachas today, but you can hang out with me too. You can hang out with me. You can also play this gacha today. And it's like, buddy, I have spent every single day with you for the last 3 years. Chill. And right as I say that, the Fate Go music starts again. Oh my god. I'm being held hostage. For legal reasons, not that I've signed any contracts, this was all a joke. I love Fate Granddaughter. I love Nikki. I love Wuthering Waves. Everything is fine. I'm totally okay.
The comedic timing of the shuffle playlist, by the way, it's impressive.
Playlist, man. Incredible.
Oh, sometimes the music likes that comedic timing too. Yeah, totally.
100%. I'm safe here. No
Yes.
war in Ba Sing Se.
Yup. There was no war in Ba Sing Se.
Nope. We've come full circle. It's incredible.
Yup, pretty much. That happens. That happens a lot, actually.
This is a good time to say, though, because I feel like this is one thing I did miss regarding gachas. I feel like consistently, gachas, like really good gachas that really stick around, except for Genshin Impact. I have heard some people say things about it, specifically pertaining to this.
But you go ahead.
It consistently, like, it has an incredible story. It takes a while to get going. I would say skip up to Camelot just entirely. But past Camelot, the story is read Camelot. Camelot's okay in my book. Babylonia's peak. Like, all of the main story is absolutely incredible. I love the Lost Belts. The story is really amazing. I'm kind of procrastinating. In particular, if nothing else, I would say read for some of the other story sections, and then the Lost Belts, particularly Lost Belt 6, is amazing. It's it is like Kanoko Nasu, who created the Fate series, like original Fate Stay Night, blowing out of the water, like absolutely out of the water, unbelievably popular visual novel. A lot of writers write the story. He'll give bullet points for the stories, but he came in and personally wrote Lost Belt 6, and I've met people who would say that it's better than Fate Stay Night, and it's like, damn!
Jesus.
Sucks that it's locked behind a gacha.
Yeah, what the hell?
No, Fate is, I think, in my opinion, such an incredible story. Just all around, not just the games, everything. It is such an incredible story, locked behind the most difficult route to access it known to man. It is insane. And it's like, yeah, you can get into our story if you... There's no right way to start unless you read the visual novel, which has no official translation. And it's like, that's great! Thanks! One of the best stories locked behind hundreds of hours of storytelling. Thank you.
Yeah, it does work like that sometimes. It's kind of bullshit, to be completely honest.
I'm really hoping we get adaptations of the story as an anime soon, because I really think that people deserve to check it out.
Tsukihime fans can relate.
Oh man, Witch on the Holy Night being the only story that's translated, it's also good. I've seen people translate this, like not translate, I've seen people show me that through Discord calls and stuff. That one being the only visual novel available on Steam in English is a crime. But like, I don't know if you know this, Fate Stay Night in Japan has an app where you can read the whole thing. Like, just an app on the App Store where you can read it, and it's not available in English.
Fate in and of itself is one of the biggest anime franchises there is so far, so I'm not surprised.
Dude, it would be easier to get someone into the MCU.
Alongside, I think, Evangelion, it's one of the biggest anime franchises there is in Japan, isn't it?
Oh, 100% it is. It's super ubiquitous as far as I know, like, incredibly popular. It's all of Type Moon's works in general are pretty well known. Tsukihime, not so much as the fighting game that is based off of Tsukihime, from what I understand.
Under Night? I think that's Under Night. I'm not sure.
Melty Blood.
Oh, Melty Blood, right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's so much more popular than Tsukihime that people don't even know that Melty Blood is a fighting game based off of Tsukihime. Do you know where Neko Arc is from?
Yeah, Melty Blood.
No, Tsukihime. Tsukihime.
Oh, god damn it.
No, she's in Melty Blood, but she's originally from Tsukihime. I haven't played it at all, but she's actually specifically from like. So in Tsukihime, and all of the visual novels that Type Moon makes, you can get bad endings, and then after the bad endings, you'll get like a comical theater production put on by side characters and joke characters. Neko Arc is a joke character based off of the main heroine that tells you how to avoid bad endings, alongside CL, who is the other main character. I am not kidding.
I mean, it looks like it. Like, it doesn't help that it's literally dressed as that blonde chick over there. It's just there.
Yeah, no, she's literally the blonde chick, but as a weird cat thing.
As a chibi cat.
Like, no joke. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's just so stupid. I love it.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I am not familiar with this type of thing. Like, I always ignore, like, Fate in general because I don't really watch too much anime, if I'm being honest. I'm a very simple guy when it comes to my anime. I like a good shonen or a classic one. I usually stick around for...
Anime aren't really known for their good video games based off of them, are they?
I mean, you're talking to someone that played every single game that Dragon Ball has released so far, at least on the PS2. And,
no shot.
Yeah, I've played everything. From Dragon Ball Z sagas to fucking Super Dragon Ball Z, which I think it was a Japanese exclusive, but I'm not sure. Thing is, I played everything, and yeah, I've enjoyed most of it. Most of it.
Most of it. No, yeah. I totally get that. Look, it could be so much worse. It could be so much worse. You could be like my cousin who buys every single EA game. All of them.
God damn it.
It's every year, it's just a reskin of the same game, man. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's like that toxic boyfriend / girlfriend that always comes every year after you. It's with a different dress or a different outfit or a different coat of paint, but still the same.
No, it's so fucking funny, dude.
Yeah.
There are a lot of games that I feel like do it to some degree, and I feel like a lot of the time it's passable. It is egregious with EA, but like, from what I understand, I've been hearing a lot about it. One game that I have heard is like really good about not doing that has been really good about it so far, has been Hades 2. Mm-hmm. I haven't touched it at all yet. I want to at least get one rundown at the very least. Maybe knock out a few more, because, you know, once you get the ball rolling with roguelikes, once you get one rundown, it gets a lot easier to do the others too. The more you push forward, the more you continue to push forward. But I have heard a lot of stuff about how Hades 2 is such like a different take on the game. And I wish more games would do that, where I feel like playing a game, sometimes I'm like, oh, this is really interesting. It would be really interesting if they looked at it from this way, like really looking at the game mechanics as a whole from a different perspective. And I know I've heard a few other games do that. Like, I know I think it was the platformers, the Ori games, like Ori and the Blind Forest. I've heard good things about them. But I can't really think of many games that, and I get it, it's tough to step outside of your comfort zone if the existing formula is what people liked. But I really think that it would be cool to see more games take that kind of risk. But I am not the kind of person to ask those kinds of questions. I am a VTuber on the internet. I don't know anything about game development.
Me neither. I just play video games and listen to music a lot in here, so yeah. So when it comes to video games that do that, fighting games, going back to it, do that sometimes. Like sometimes they reinvent the wheel, sometimes they stick to what it works and work from it, like Street Fighter did. Like they stuck around even though they, well, technically thanks to Street Fighter 4 we have fighting games nowadays, but thing is, they came back to the roots of Street Fighter and just added a new mechanic that works with it and balanced around it. Then you have Street Fighter 5 that just did the same thing but did it with 2 instead of 1, a new gimmick. Then you have Street Fighter 6 that basically just it's its own thing. It's the exact same thing, but at the same time it's completely different to every single other thing. It's interesting and fun. And then you have Sonic. That every time they nailed something that it's sorta good, they either running into the ground like they did since generations, or they reinvent the wheel completely like they did with Sonic Frontiers.
So just absolutely no consistently, just absolute top shelf or bottom of the barrel sort of thing.
Exactly. You have one pillar or the other. One is in the trash and the other is on a pedestal. You don't have any other options.
Oh my god. That sounds... I'm not a huge fan of Sonic, and by that I mean I've never played. Which is funny because my dad, he does not like video games. He's very supportive of me streaming. He does not care for video games in the slightest. He thinks they're boring as shit. They're not his thing. He just can't, like, you know, jive with them. He can't do it. But the only game he ever played growing up was, like, an older Sonic game. Which is, like, kind of hilarious to me. I don't know why. Because that's just normal. Like, yes, someone as old as my father, the only game he would have played would probably be a Sonic game.
Yeah, probably the one on the Genesis or even older than that. But yeah. I mean, it's not that far-fetched. Thanks to my dad, actually, I got my first console and a bunch of, like, the first games I've ever played and stuff, so it kind of makes sense.
That's really awesome. No, it's growing up, I didn't really get into video games because of my parents. Neither of my parents really cared for it very much. In middle school, I played a lot of Flash games.
Yeah.
So like Adventure Quest 3D. I spent a ton of time. I actually played Roblox on my first laptop a lot because it was a Chromebook. It wasn't really very good. I played a ton of stuff like that in middle school. I would say in high school, I got a laptop from my mom. I was like begging for it for years. Finally got that. It couldn't run a ton of stuff. I played stuff like The Sims, played a lot of Don't Starve Together, a lot of easier, more chill games. A lot of stuff that's either more cooperative or really you can just leave it running for an hour and nothing will... Okay, terrible things will happen if you just leave The Sims running for an hour. But I think the point is made, a lot of games like that. Like, I have a ton of hours in Slime Rancher. I can literally check right now. Oh my goodness. Hi, Novel. Hi, Novelix. And I didn't say hi to Cook earlier.
Yeah.
Hold
that
on.
reminds me, I've also played Slime Rancher 1, and I wonder how many hours did I put into it? Because thanks to Epic Games just giving it away one day, I just said, fuck it, I wanted to play that game for a while, and I give it a shot. And I haven't... that was awesome, that was fun. Like,
I have 168 hours in the game.
nice. Well, let me check now. I'm curious. I'm going to slow down the stream for sure, but fuck it.
100%. Yeah, no, don't worry about it. I would say Slime Rancher, actually, I think one of the first games that I really heavily hyperfixated on pretty consistently. I was my first boyfriend, who is a story for another time. My first boyfriend got me into the game, and I spent a ton of time playing it. It's only single player, there's no other options to play it with people. But the first time I ever played, I did it at his behest. We broke up.
Oof.
My obsession with the game persisted. It was for the best. Do not worry about it. But oh no, it was one of those better broken off sort of deals. But Slime Rancher has definitely persisted with me as a game that I really enjoy. I find that it's really fun because the characters are so great. It's one of those games that has such a fantastic cast of characters, really great people to talk to.
I like the art style of it all. Like, everything looks so cozy. It's kind of cool. I never thought I will be feeling cozy alongside a radioactive animal, but hey, it's fun. It's actually really fun, even though I don't have as many hours as you. I just have 24 hours, but hey, it's still 24.
No, I would absolutely 100% hyperfixate on it again, Nautilix. It's so good. But
have you tried the second one though?
Have I tried the second one? I have tried the second one. I actually tried it for the first time on stream. I have a mere 52 hours in that one by comparison, but I still really loved that game. I think it's because it's still in early access. It's still actively being updated. It's not a finished game as far as I know. I really love Slime Rancher though. One of my favorite things about it is genuinely, I love the really cute art style in the game.
Yes.
But I love specifically the fact that the cute art style, I think, is a really great vehicle to... Because they talk about some really sad stuff in Slime Rancher, and I think that it makes it feel less outright depressing, and it more so displays this mood of melancholy. Because in the main story, you're playing as Beatrix, and honestly, you can skip the story entirely if you want to. It's very easy not to notice a lot of it. But I think it's 100% worth it, because you're playing as Beatrix, you're a Slime Rancher coming to the far, far range for adventure, and you find out through these letters that you're leaving behind your partner. Their gender is left ambiguous, but you're leaving your partner behind, and they're pursuing their music career. And I think it's really interesting that this, combined with these notes left throughout the range that you can explore from the person you bought it from, tells this really nice story of if you have to choose between living comfortably with someone you love and chasing your dreams, what would you choose? And I really like it because it kind of gives this feeling of, it's the main character very obviously does end up choosing adventure. I don't think that their relationship with their partner really goes much of anywhere overall, but I really enjoy that it feels like both characters really get to choose both. You really can choose either one. You can choose both. If you have to make a tough decision, that's okay. If you don't have to choose, that's okay too. Because the person you inherit the ranch from, whose name I am sadly blanking on, you realize over time that the first person you meet on the ranch exchange, he met her while he was on his ranch, he fell in love with her, he ended up choosing to sell his ranch and stay on the range with her instead, settle down for a while. But if I remember correctly, in the second game, it is revealed that they end up selling her ranch too, and they end up pursuing adventure together as a couple, even in their old age. I think it's really sweet. It's something I really enjoy.
I don't know, but that story just brings back the story of Up, like the beginning of the movie, and I'm just sad.
Oh no, I like that it ends on a happier note.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Up 2, they both kind of give this feeling of it's really not too late to go on adventures and choose your dreams. Here's the thing. Here's something I think so many people miss about young people doing amazing things really quickly. You know, like people who are like 19, 20 years old doing these amazing things, is they had so much less time to do this than you, and they did it. That's true. But that means it doesn't take a lot of time. I think no matter how much time you have left, you have time to do something still. That person only did that in 5 years. Get started on something. Do something in 5 years. And it's obviously easier said than done. It takes a lot of work. But I think a lot of people feel like all of the work feels like one big chunk. But like you can split it into pieces over time, and then suddenly 5 years simultaneously, such a huge stretch of time, and barely anything at all passes, and you really can do something. It's something that I feel like I've been internalizing a lot more recently, because I used to beat myself up a lot about like, oh, my time is past, and that's ridiculous. I am so young. I have so much time left to do things. But I think everyone, no matter how old they are, has time to do shit, you know?
Age is just a number. That's a,
Hold
that's
on.
a,
Hold
that's...
on. Different connotation there when people say that.
Oh god damn it, I hate that topic. Like, bro, you're just a baby throwing a tantrum. Shut the fuck up. Oh, okay, so age is just a number. If you want to do anything, no matter what, just do it. Unless you have a physical impediment, you are nothing is stopping you, just yourself. Like, for example, my mom says she's too old to learn, but I have to tell her the basics of what learning is. When someone is born, how do you think they learn how to talk? By just experimenting, by just hearing and trying to replicate it themselves. That's how you learn. You can still do that throughout the entirety of your life. If you still want to learn something, just go and do it. It's just a mentality that you need to get to your skull. That's all. Age is just a number, and if you're worried that your life is in danger, don't worry. You're going to die eventually. But
real fast, on the topic of doing anything, is one of the things that we are able to do use the restroom, because I suddenly have to go very badly. All of the water I have been drinking today is catching up quite quickly and making itself known. I don't think I can hold it.
Honestly, same here. I've been hydrating during the stream and even before it. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Hi, we're back.
Hello!
That was a good break. Okay, so Chad, if you're still there, right? What other games would you like us to tackle now that we have a little time? I forgot to ask that before leaving, so might as well ask now.
Yeah, 100%. I'd love to hear about some other stuff that you guys want to hear us talk about. And actually, real fast, I wanted to say the song that was playing before is in Osu, but it very specifically, I wasn't playing it because it was in Osu. Circling back around, I was putting that in because it's in Beat Saber as well. That is one of the songs that I attribute to my wrist problems. 100% easily, like.
Also, I would like to take the opportunity to thank Vatsuka for the follow. That was like half an hour ago, but I'm sorry. I'm slow.
Let's go, Bats.
Hey.
Absolute sweetheart.
Yeah.
Easy recommend.
Which artist? Yo?
Oh? Oh, which artist? Oh, for this song!
Yeah.
Oh, that's Camellia. Easy, Camellia. Camellia does a ton of stuff for Beat Saber. Actually, to the point where they have an entire song pack of some of their previous really popular songs in Beat Saber officially. One of the most popular workshop songs in Beat Saber, Ghoul, which is a remix of their song Ghost, is literally, as it came out, they had someone beforehand make basically the official map for it. It's exclusively available as a workshop map, as something that you can get from mods, but it's essentially the official one because they asked someone specifically to make the definitive map for it.
Also,
crystallized.
If there's like a huge space of silence between like songs, I don't know why, but Mozilla
Some of them have just
like
3
YouTube.
seconds at the end.
Yeah, but Mozilla doesn't like YouTube when I'm streaming. I don't know why it's on YouTube specifically, but it lacks
the
a
fire
lot.
is gone for real.
Yeah,
No,
it's Firefox for a reason. Holy shit.
Can I give you a really weird recommendation?
Yeah, go for it.
When I have issues like this with YouTube and Twitch, for some reason, I don't know why, Chrome just runs better. So I have both Firefox and Chrome because sometimes I'll have things pulled up on one browser and then I want to screen share something, so I'll put it on another browser. I have 2 browsers for that exact reason.
I have 3 for that matter. But yeah, I should actually try that on... Well, Chrome is technically better built for this kind of stuff. I just don't want to use Chrome in the sense because when I'm streaming, usually that takes even more resources than it should. But when it comes to the playlist, I think it'll be fine if I do that.
Oh yeah, no, I would really recommend it. Oh, Camellia follows your younger sibling on Twitter. I love Camellia as an artist. Like, taking a detour from this for a second.
Yeah.
A lot of people think my music taste is super weird. It irrevocably got fucked up in middle school because of the fact that all I would listen to is show tunes and Homestuck music. So Camellia very much fits into the latter. I also listen to a lot of Undertale music, by virtue of the fact that Toby Fox, the creator of Undertale, did do a good deal of music for Homestuck. In fact, there are a lot of Homestuck references in Undertale. I could easily point out a lot of them. But I believe Camellia also did a collaboration with Toby Fox.
Imagine Dragons. Yeah. You know what's funny?
What?
That name, that band specifically, it's part of the reason why I played League of Legends back in 2015.
Really?
Yeah, because Riot has this like thing that they do every time they make worlds, like the World Tournament of League of Legends.
Yeah, they have someone do a big song for it, right?
Yeah, they have someone made a big song for it on 2015, if I remember correctly, it was 2015. They invited Imagine Dragons and they made one of their best songs, in my opinion, which is Warrior. That song goes so hard, it's so good. I cannot play because it's copyright. It's heavy on copyright, so yeah, sorry for that. But you can hear it on Spotify. It's really good.
Oh, Oh, I'll have to send it over to me because I don't think I've ever listened to it. I know Lil Nas X did a song for, I'm sorry, War Without Reason came on, this is my jam, and then my brain did a total reset. This is actually, I can't drive, so I ride my bike everywhere. And I have a playlist of songs that I listen to when I'm riding my bike. This is one of the songs that gets played the most on that playlist, easily.
Hey. I prefer Rise, but War is hype as fuck. Yeah, funny enough, Rise, Warriors, and I think it's Ignite are my 3 favorite songs that came out of Worlds. It's insanely good.
Yeah, no, I've never... Okay, that's a lie. I've played League of Legends 2 times. 2 individual games. And it was probably one of the worst gaming experiences I've had in my life. It doesn't honestly have much to do with the game. It was, first of all, the fact that the first time it was a private match. And now, if you're putting me matchmaking against people who have never played the game before, like me, or putting me against bots, you know, that's fine, that's at my skill level. If I get my ass kicked by someone who's way, way better than me, who's like super strong, I don't mind that in a private match. However, they matched me against someone who they were like, oh, they're all so new, so that you'll be an even match. And they had been playing for like a couple weeks already, and they had like 10, 20 hours in it. And I had never played before. So they had a good enough grasp on the game that they knew exactly what to do, even if they weren't good at it yet. And I had no idea what I was doing. I was just completely floundering around. So I was just like, I was super upset because they won the game. Obviously they won the game, but I literally didn't stand a chance. And then after that, my inputs broke. So I don't know how. The next game, they just put us in random queue, my inputs broke, and I couldn't play, so I think I just am never going to play League of Legends. I think I'm just destined to not do it. It's probably for the best.
Yeah. It happens. Like, for me, at least, what kept me going were 2 things. The characters, and a friend that just insisted on me to be its partner, you know? We managed to break out of silver once, but after that I never played again. If I want to learn what the characters are up to, I have a card game for that too nowadays. So thank God I don't have to play it again.
And a show. Don't forget
Arcane too. Yeah, it's coming up in September.
I'm so excited for the next season of Arcane, dude. That. I couldn't care less about League of Legends, like as kindly as I can, because I know other people have fun with the game. Wouldn't be one of the biggest games in the world if it wasn't. I don't particularly care for the game. It is not made for me. I love Arcane. I have a Jinx Nendoroid on my shelf. Like, she's there. She's there. She's chilling.
Hey, there we go. Plus, you have other games to try it out too, like. You have Ruined King, an RPG. You have Convergence, a platformer. You have...
Wait, there's a platformer?
Yes, Convergence, Echo. It's basically Echo as a game.
Yeah, I never knew that.
Okay,
as far as I knew, it was it was a MOBA and a fighting game and a card game, which are probably the 3 game types that I play the least by far.
Okay,
so it was like League of Legends is doing a great job dodging me.
You will not believe this, but I have the list memorized of what games Riot has released so far. Like, you have Valorant that has nothing to do with League of Legends at all. You have Convergence, which is basically a platformer focusing on Echo. Then you have Song of Nunu, which is basically just a 3D exploration platformer with, well, Nunu and Willem. You know, the little kid and the big, like, puffy monster guy? Yeah.
I love platformers, so I might want to check it out.
Then you have Hextech Mayhem, a rhythm game with Ziggs, the little, like, gremlin with bombs. Then,
rhythm game, you say?
Yeah, I think it's a rhythm game, at least for the looks of it. Then you have Ruined King, which is basically an RPG starring Misfortune, Illaoi, Braum, Yasuo, and Ari. You have other characters showing up as cameos and stuff like Gangplank and Pike and other stuff. Basically centered around the pirate area of League of Legends. Then you have 2XKO, which is the fighting game, TFT, which is an auto chest, and Legends of Runeterra, which is the card game. That's it. That's everything.
Circling back to pirates.
Yes.
Have you ever played Sea of Thieves?
I've heard of it a lot. I've seen friends playing it, but I never had the chance to play it. I wish I did. Because they collab
really
with fucking Pirates of the Caribbean. It looks so fucking fun. God damn it.
The Pirates of the Caribbean part, actually, now that you mention it, is easily one of my favorite parts of it. Because they didn't want to rehash the story of the game, of the movies. So instead, they created a new story based off the rides more directly. So like one of the areas you go through, I played it with some friends for the first time, and we were having trouble getting through stuff. I knew exactly where to go the whole time because they literally structured the level itself off of the path that the ride takes. It is one of my favorite parts in the game. I felt so cool.
Oh, that's so good.
No, I really loved it. It is pretty much 1-to-1, the ride. Like, you're literally just getting off of your buoy, your dinghy, and you are, like, climbing around on the sets looking for stuff. It's one of my favorite moments in a game. It was tailored specifically for me to like it, and everyone else to be mildly interested in it as a fun fact.
I love those kinds of things. Oh yeah, Netflix has also a point. I forgot the MMO. That it's not coming out until 2048.
No way it's not.
Nah, they had plans for the MMO. There at some point, I think last year or this year, they decided, you know what? We need to restart it from the ground up. All the work that has been done, we need to remake it. So yeah, it's not coming out in a long time.
I mean, that's really been their design philosophy for a lot of projects they had faith in. If I remember correctly, they had like an entire episode or two completely finished for Arcane before people are like, yeah, no, this shit sucks. Do it all over again. And then, you know, we literally got Arcane, so I think it was kind of worth it, but that's just nuts to me.
Yeah, they crunched a little bit of the team on Arcane though, but yeah. I just hope they take their time because they were cooking on there. Holy 100%. Shit.
I really hope that the cast, that all of the animators especially, everyone working on it has a chance to work at their own pace, because it just... it makes me really sad to know how many things are made at the expense of the people creating them. I would be, honestly, with the amount of things that are coming out at any given time, I would be totally fine with less things total coming out if the experiences that we did get were a lot more likely to be really good, because as it stands, we are killing our game devs.
Yep, quality over quantity, people, please. Like
100%.
That's part of the reason why indie games literally surpassed the AAA garbage that came out recently. In some aspects.
Absolutely.
Like how Pal World just dominated the sales charts at the beginning of the year.
No, a lot of the most popular games we've seen this year have been indie games.
Yeah, Pal World,
like Baldur's Gate 3.
Baldur's Gate. Well, Baldur's Gate technically is more of a AAA. No,
they're an indie dev.
They're an indie dev? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, more AAA looking indie games.
I mean, yeah, it looks AAA, but it doesn't change the fact that they are still indies. They did a really fantastic job.
Yep. You can say the same for Helldivers too. They have the Sony
100%.
publishing, but Arrowhead is technically
that's just publishing.
Indie. Yeah.
That's like the same as it's no different from publishing on Steam, you know?
Very much. But publishing on Steam, technically, you need to pay your own money to do that. It seems they have that. But there is indie games that have been coming out, even though they didn't hit as hard as the others. There's a lot of cool indie games that I've seen released lately. The one that I still have on the top of my head since March was Beast Boy. I think it's Berserk Boy. That's the one.
What is that? I've never heard of that before.
It's a Mega Man X inspired platformer with when you defeat a boss, you get a power up based on that boss and stuff like that. Mega Man stuff.
That sounds really cool. I've never played Mega Man before. A lot of more retro games. Because I mentioned this before, I got my first laptop in high school. I didn't get my first PC until I was out of school and working my own job. I paid for my PC with my own money. Well, I don't know how much I can say that anymore because nearly every part of my PC has become a thrown gift.
Hey.
So... But I didn't really start actively playing a variety of different games until I got this PC, because I could play things. Like, on my old laptop, I played things like Sea of Thieves. It ran like shit. Like, the Pirates of the Caribbean experience I was talking about before, I remember it taking 10 hours to get through it with some friends because of the fact that I would disconnect every 5 minutes because my PC would overheat and it would crash.
Oh.
I'm not kidding, it was every 5 minutes. It was insane.
Yeah. Oh, god damn it. Yeah.
Oh, it was insane.
Most AAA games focus on the income of the game, while indie devs just wants to bless the world with a banger game. Or they just want to make something fun, you know? Mm-hmm. Something they know they had fun with and they felt inspired by it and they want to make something similar to it. Because that's the thing. Most indie games that you see nowadays are technically just inspired experience by other games.
One of the big things for me also is the fact that a lot of indie devs actually fucking play video games, and then most AAA games get the final seal of approval from executives who are completely disconnected from anything that's actually happening with a video game. I bet a lot of them haven't even touched a video game in their damn lives, and are mostly worried about appealing to crowds who will never touch video games, and they completely alienate their audiences with the most ridiculous the most ridiculous overspending known to man. Like, it's like, I can't fathom the idea of having someone pay a ton of money for a game, and then after having someone pay a ton of money for a game, having them pay for a battle pass every month, having them pay $20 for any given cosmetic, having them do in-app purchases. It is ridiculous.
Okay, so I usually don't blame the devs on that department because they are just doing what is asked of them. Like, the ones that usually do that are the ones above, the one making the shots, you know? The suits, as I like to call them.
Like with Helldivers, you could see that the devs were, like, actively pissed when Microsoft was like, yep, you gotta connect a Microsoft account, you gotta use a password.
Sony.
With our... Sony! I'm so sorry. I have been a very casual player.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I mixed them up.
I mean,
but you like when
competition, so it makes sense.
But like with Sony's like notoriously bad management of their users, so like their safety, their privacy, their security, I totally understand why people would be like, hey, this sucks. And then all the devs were like, hey, this sucks. And Sony was like, that is too bad. We are going to kneecap your sales by ruining this. We are going to ruin viewers' experience. We are going to ruin the experience of people playing. We're going to make things all around worse for everybody. And I was like, that is utterly nonsensical. Now, speaking of indie game devs who will do anything to deliver a good experience to people, am I right?
Yeah, we're still waiting on Silksong, are we?
Oh my god.
Oh no. Did
you miss the Mullet Mad Jack discussion? No, I never talked about Mullet Mad Jack.
Okay.
We talked about Ultra Kill for a little bit, but and Mullet Mad Jack never came up alongside it. So, Mullet Mad Jack is another really great boomer shooter that I've been playing recently. It is genuinely like one of the most slapstick, hilarious concepts I've seen for a game in ages. It's another indie game that is absolutely fantastic. Alright, so get in perspective here, right?
Okay.
Alright, sit down, get in your chair. You're already in perspective because you're a goddamn Twitch streamer. The main character is a Twitch streamer, I'm not kidding, who has to ascend level after level in a tower to find a quote-unquote princess. She's like an influencer. You have to save her from robots. They are called robillionaires because we live in a future where everybody has ADHD. By that I mean we have become so dopamine-fueled, so intensely dopamine-fueled, that we have 10 seconds left to live at any given moment, and the only way to extend that 10-second period is by getting another hit of that sweet, sweet dopamine, baby! And you do this in the game by killing enemies, but it is not the killing of the enemies that gives you that dopamine hit. What it is somehow the love of your viewers is being pumped directly into your bloodstream, and they will only give it to you if you kill enemies. If not, no Twitch subs for you, and your subathon, and by that, I mean your life, is over. It is insane. It's so good.
Would you believe me if I tell you, I saw on TV, on an actual show, somebody recreate that?
No.
Like, I was watching a show called Chicago Med, right? And there was this dude and his girlfriend with a camera. They were going through something, I don't remember exactly what, but they were about to die and they were asking the viewers to save them if they donated something. So if they donated enough money, they will save his life. The money has nothing to do with the hospital in and of itself. The doctor was desperate to treat him out, but the dude refused because of the stream and the money.
That's ridiculous.
That was so stupid. That was
I would 100% recommend Mullet Mad Jack, though.
Yeah.
It is. I'll send you the Steam listing for it.
Please
is
do.
A game I wouldn't recommend to anyone at risk for seizures.
I mean, I don't have. Funny enough, I don't have problem with seizures, but every time I play either Doom or Minecraft, I get motion sickness.
Oh, let's go.
Oh shit! Nophalix,
Thank you, Nophalix.
Thank you for the gift, so.
10 more seconds to live, baby!
Hey!
I gotta find a way to show this to you, because
you have no idea how funny the person who you gifted the sub is. It's incredible.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
Nice. Chad gifter to a Chad viewer.
Hey.
I'm gonna screen share this to you because I need you so badly to see what this game looks like, because it is a nightmare. It's like,
oh shit.
The fact that it's showing someone actually stream the game right now, and then also separately you can see the ads. It feels like a TikTok.
Yeah, it feels like a TikTok, yeah. It's so... What's the art style? It's so 90s.
It's very 90s. Mm-hmm.
It hurts.
100%.
I love this art style. I love it.
One of the first things they do in the game is literally, Mullet Mad Jack, the main character, literally replicates the Akira slide, like in the first 5 minutes of the game, in the opening cutscene.
Nice.
No, and also, because it's a boomer shooter, of course, Gianni Montegrano does voice in the game. That's actually how I found out about it in the first place. He was playing the game on his own stream. I lurk in his streams a lot because he's genuinely like such a hilarious and inspiring creator.
Also, hey Pyro.
Oh my god, hi! They were summoned by the gift sub.
You have been summoned. But yeah, that game I've saw it before. I like the art style, but you know, I have to be very careful on what I want to buy first and what I don't. I have 100 games on my wishlist already, and I cannot buy anything yet because the money is very strict on my area.
Oh man, I feel like I've got rookie numbers now. I have Steam open already. You said that. I looked at my wish list. I have a mere pathetic, childish, babyish 26.
Hey,
and I can't even buy 2 of them because I've got all of the Little Nightmares games wish listed, and the third one hasn't come out yet. And
yeah, I also have games that haven't come out yet. Not even in early access.
I'm sure one of them is the same. We already talked about it. Silk
Yes.
Song is the other one.
Oh. Silk Song. How long has it
Silk
been?
Song, man. It has been way too long. It is for so many people what the Madoka movie is for me. I've been waiting for that movie for so long. I haven't been waiting for Silk Song very long. I played Hollow Knight for the first time like a year ago tops. Silk Song, how long is the wait? Oh, and look at that. We talk about it. It shall not arrive.
Oh, god damn it.
Okay, let me look up when Silk Song was announced. That makes more sense. When was Silk Song? I'm so bad at search terms. You should never ask me to look something up for you. I will find the worst way to look it up.
I wish list says I added Silk Song in.
Oh, you're not gonna like the
November.
answer, man.
November 28th of 2019. Wow.
You're not gonna like the answer for when it was announced, my friend.
2018.
February 2019. 14th, specifically.
Oh shit, February 14th, 2019. Wow. It's been a minute. What the fuck? Oh. Damn. What the fuck? Oh.
No, it is bad, man.
I mean, the game originally was going to be a DLC for Hollow Knight, and then they decided we have a lot done that it's not worth it to keep it as a DLC. We might as well make a new game out of it.
I remember specifically hearing that a lot of the stuff that ended up in Silksong was scrapped stuff for the base game too. Like they realized they were becoming so ambitious that they had to add it to something else entirely. And I think that is completely impressive that they keep. And this is exactly what I was talking about off stream about how I don't like announcing events until I have everything prepared.
Mm-hmm.
This is like that's exactly what I remember hearing them do, because I remember seeing what is it? Team Cherry is the name, I'm pretty sure. It's the name of the game devs?
I
believe so. Let me look this up so I'm not talking out of my ass.
Yeah, it's good to fact check just in case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's Team Cherry. But I remember seeing an interview with a Team Cherry dev, someone like that, where they were talking about how they don't want to release something until it's ready. They're fine with waiting as long as they need to. And I think it sucks that it'll be a long ass time before some of us see Silksong at all. But man, I am so 100% certain that if it's even half as good as Hollow Knight was, Game of the Year. Easy Game of the Year.
Oh, for sure.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, for sure. Like, let's just say Hades 2. Prepare to see it again all over the place on December because of the Game Awards. I'm pretty sure Hades 2 has a spot there. Like, it's literally the sequel to the winner on 2019, if I remember correctly. So, yeah.
And hold on, going back to this, when we were talking about Hades, and I talked about how the second game really iterated super interestingly, really well on the concepts that the first game introduced, and really did something different with them. I remember seeing just from early gameplay, like stuff we've seen in early gameplay for Hollow Knight Silksong. I think it's really interesting that there are going to be a lot of different platforming mechanics, a lot of new abilities introduced with Hornet as the protagonist, as opposed to the Knight. I am shaking with anticipation, dude.
Yeah.
I cannot wait.
That's going to be fun.
No, I'm really looking forward to it. They bit off more than they could chew. I don't think it's that they bit off more than they could chew, because I think they are definitely working at simultaneously a breakneck pace and their own pace. I think it's more because, like, they cut stuff from the first game so that they could better fit in their visions, they could release their game. And I really think that the second game, they're taking as much time as they need to get it done. And I am so excited to see what the second game looks like, because the first one was truly just one of the greatest experiences I've had with a game, which is saying something because my first playthrough of the game was almost exclusively on stream. And have you ever played Hollow Knight on stream? Never fucking do that. Please, if you value your life, your safety, your sanity, for the love of God, I have had, like, almost unanimously, everyone who's played Hollow Knight on stream that I've met agrees wholeheartedly that the worst fucking game to stream in the world is Hollow Knight. I love the game to death. It is a beautiful game. People will threaten your life if you're not super great at a boss. They'll come in, they will... I remember one time, someone thought I was playing the game for the first time, and they were like, yeah, full clear, best thing on all... Like, they started telling me all of the secret bosses they cleared, and I was like, you know, you're lucky I know about these, dude. Otherwise, you would be in so much more trouble. He still got banned. And that is, like, a light experience in Hollow Knight. That is an easy experience with the fan base. It is constant with those guys. Hollow Knight is amazing. Maybe you should start streaming it. Man, okay. You were watching earlier during the bad streaming advice section of the game show, right?
Yeah, I was.
I should have said stream Hollow Knight, man. If only I thought of that. That is the worst possible advice you could give someone.
Funny enough, I was thinking of what I could answer if I was in that position. The only thing that came up with, search on Spotify any band, anything you want, and play it on stream without your voice, without anything, and just play it. Everybody's going to enjoy the shit
music,
out of that.
no problem.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that was really fun.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed that. Yeah,
show.
game shows on topic. Hello. No, I really wish I could see more stuff like game shows, because like Celestial absolutely killed it. It was a ton of work. I was hanging out with him a bit while he was putting it together. He was basically waking up, working on it, going back to sleep for several days when he wasn't streaming. It is so much work. It's one of those things where I understand why it's mostly bigger VTubers who put these kinds of things on, but I sincerely hope that more people can do stuff like that.
You need a very active chat for those. Like, in my case, I always like to think for stuff that you can participate if you want, but you're not obligated to. Like, that's why this show, it's as it is. I don't have to invite too many people, and people can interact if they want. If they have any questions or any topics that they want to bring up, they can bring it up for both the guests and the chat. So yeah, it's just planning something like that show. It's boy, it's a lot of work. a lot of it.
100%. Okay, hold on, real fast.
Hey.
Speaking as someone who's played both who's played both Hollow Knight and Undertale on stream, Hollow Knight is leagues worse than Undertale. Like, I am not kidding. I had to have my mods would say, wow, this thing was really bad. And I was like, it wasn't that bad, because I had streamed Hollow Knight and because it was so much worse on there. Like,
oh shit.
It was an experience where it was my first, 100%. It was one of the first games, not this model. I had a model, my model progression is I had a free model, and then I had my last model, which was a different art style, clearly the same character if you put them next to each other though. And then there is this one.
Funny.
I streamed Hollow Knight when I had less viewers than when I streamed Undertale, and it was so much worse for Hollow Knight. It was because one of the issues is it would happen all the time, and it's a much longer game than Undertale. And the story is very much implied. It's also a game that it's like Dark Souls in terms of difficulty. It's not like Dark Souls in terms of the gameplay necessarily, but there are a lot of similarities.
Yeah,
instead of difficulty. Yeah, like instead of the fires, and instead of the bonfires, there's benches. There's a lot of boss crawls, stuff like that. The gameplay itself is different because one is a 2D platformer and the other one is the fucking, I don't know, Elden Ring, something like that. They're very different in that sense.
Yeah.
But they attract similar crowds because of their difficulty and stuff. And there's also the issue of it's a much cuter game than Elden Ring. So I've noticed that there's an issue with the like Souls-like community, and then there is an issue with cozy games communities where both of them can be like super backseaty, super rude to people, stuff like that.
Jesus Christ.
And then they intersect with Hollow Knight, and it's a nightmare.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right. Holy shit.
It is so bad. It is. I love it so much. I've talked to my audience about it. I'm like, I don't really plan on streaming the game ever again at all. And if I do, I'm going into sub-only mode. I'm skipping followers-only mode. I'm going straight into sub-only mode.
Yeah, that sounds like a way to go. Holy shit. Also,
No,
Midori on the chat says, "Oh, trust me, I can tell you my Undertale story, and it was so bad." Yeah, he had a lot of backseaters back then, and he was streaming on YouTube. So
Really?
Yeah, it was around. I think it was around the time when Undertale came out, and he was just playing it for the first time. It was so bad, he never touched the game ever again.
Oh wow. No,
Yeah.
that I totally get it. I totally get having a bad experience ruin a game for you. Before I started streaming, I spent a ton of time playing video games with people where they just wouldn't let me play the game. So I'm very well versed in bad video game experiences, specifically being ruined by other people, to the point where other people ruining a game for me doesn't ruin a game for me very much. It is very much my own experience ruining the game for me that kills me most of the time. Like, the thing that killed me the most about Hollow Knight, even with all of the backseating, was definitely how hard it was. I still loved the game. Still, like, the worst backseating experience, though. I spent like 100 hours, 150 playing it on stream. So I feel like at the very least, I am prepared for any sort of backseating. No matter what, I can deal with it to some degree. I am ready.
Never say that until you get to it, because sometimes it can get pretty hard.
It can always get worse. That's true.
So far for me, at least, right? I didn't have that kind of experience yet. Maybe it's because I usually play games that are not very interesting to watch, you know? Like your Yakuzas, your Spyros, your Crash Bandicoots, and stuff like that.
A lot of stuff that's really heavy, really story heavy.
Exactly.
It's like,
really story heavy or skill showing heavy.
No, I heavily... Like, skill showing heavy, I can deal with to a degree. Because you don't have to be skilled at them.
Yeah.
With story-heavy games, I adore really story-heavy games, but I don't really... Like, I'll play things with some light story. I don't really play story-heavy games, with some exceptions, on stream anymore, because I've found, especially with, like, visual novels, with games that are very heavy on visual novel elements, I'm not talking to chat at all, and I'm very much a person who engages chat a lot. I talk to people a lot. It's why, like, I do 2-hour just chatting segments before every stream. It's why I notice, like, it doesn't get to me too much, but I do still notice that there's a drop in viewership whenever I switch to a game from chatting. And it's like, you know, I'll get past it. It's whatever. It happens. But I do still notice it. And it's something I try to go, okay, I can play this one off stream.
Can we play Crystallized by Chameleon?
100%. I love Crystallized.
Yeah.
The song, not the Beat Saber level, because that Beat Saber level ruins me. Here, I'll go ahead and grab the link for you.
Alright, let's play that one for at least a bit.
100%. It's good.
The only reason chat gave him shit was because he was playing like an RPG. Thankfully, with Deltarune, I was able to play that like an actual RPG without anyone bitching at me. Right, because Undertale has this like despair mechanic and stuff like that. It's yeah, people that god damn it.
Here, I added another song to the playlist too.
Alright,
also from Ultra Kill.
Oh. Okay. Let me see.
But I sent you the song directly because it was requested we play it right away.
Oh, right. Crystallize. Give me a minute. Let's going to take a...
No, Beat Saber, it's not something that's going to happen anytime soon, because to any degree, I would not have full body tracking set up for it. To any degree, having a 3D model on stream can be pretty expensive, and I don't want to be spending a ton of money on stuff like this, but I would love to be able to stream Beat Saber at some point, because it is one of my favorite games of all time, even now that I'm super rusty, even now that I haven't been playing it a ton. Like, my wrist has been feeling a lot better, so it's definitely something I could at least do more casually for a little bit on stream. I want to do it so badly at some point.
Yeah.
It's genuinely one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah, I haven't had the chance myself to try it, because I literally haven't experienced anything VR related. Like, I've played VR chat but without the headset, so I don't count that. But I need to just go to a con and try it out there, because sometimes, at least where I live, they have a section dedicated to Beat Saber, so people can try it out with a VR headset and stuff like that. It's kind of cool, and I want to try it out sometime. But here's the thing, though: even though I play fighting games and I love them to pieces, I cannot play a rhythm game to save my life.
Oh, I totally get it.
Oh.
Beat Saber, I think, clicked for me when a lot of other rhythm games didn't, because first of all, you feel sick as fuck. Don't watch any recordings of yourself playing it without the notes there. You will feel like a nerd, like a loser. You will feel like a worse person. You will understand how LARPers look to people who aren't LARPers, which is a shame because LARPers are fucking sick. But holy shit, you get why video games are for nerds. It is like the single most legit. I love video games. I love video games so much. I play video games on stream. Like, I play them off stream, even when I'm done streaming. I spend all my time playing video games, it feels like. There is nothing that makes you understand why so many people think video games are for nerds and losers, like watching someone play Beat Saber and not having any context for what's going on at all. Like, it looks insane. Like, what are you doing, weirdo?
Having a schizophrenic moment. Leave me alone.
It's bad. It's so bad, dude. But it genuinely feels really good to play. And once you get comfortable with it, here's the way I look at it. So when you're speaking really quickly, especially in like songs in a more rhythmic sense, do you ever visualize multiple different words as one word so it's easier to say it faster?
Yes.
I would say that once you start visualizing patterns in rhythm games the same way, it becomes much easier to play a rhythm game. To make it less of a rigid movement where each one is an individual arm swing, you're individually planning like, okay, I'm gonna go up and down 3 times, kind of do it in a circular manner. Once you start visualizing it as a single arm movement that goes in different directions, as opposed to I'm going up, then I'm going down, then I'm going up, then I'm going down, it becomes much easier to play.
Yeah. That's my approach to both, funny enough, fighting games and rhythm games, because when it comes to fighting games, I always like to compare them to rhythm games, because at the end of the day, you need to learn a pattern to do a combo. Once you get that pattern going, it just becomes a rhythm in your muscle memory. It's just like that. If you have a song that you really like and you really like to practice it, either Beat Saber, Osu, even Muse Dash, anything, just go for it. After a few tries and practice of the rhythm, it's going to get natural and you're going to flow with the music. It's amazing feeling.
Now, I've been getting back into it, like I mentioned, and it feels, one of the things that's really nice, and this is true for any game to an extent, this is honestly one of the reasons I still play video games. I have a lot of people say to me, especially new chatters who are very clearly category specific, a lot of the time I'll have people say like, oh, you're bad at this game, you're bad at this game. But the thing is, I specifically love the feeling of playing a game that I know I'm really, really just inconsolably bad at. Like Beat Saber, like Hollow Knight, like Ultra Kill. Because when it's really, really particularly hard, when you have that starting point of like honestly really topical that this particular song from Ultra Kill is playing, because I think it fits in really well with what I'm saying. I can explain that in a second.
Yes.
But it's like the feeling of climbing a mountain. You are so bad at this, and you can only go up from here, and then you reach that point where you're doing really well in the game. These things that troubled you for hours, I can point to things that took me 20 minutes, that took me 30 minutes, that took me hours in these games, that now, going back and playing them again, I can do them in a couple of seconds. I can do them in under 3 minutes. I can do them without issue. And having the ability to look at that and definitively say, look at how much better I'm doing, I did that, feels so good.
Let me cook one. Thank you for the follow. I mean, one could say that you're quote unquote bad, but games are made for enjoyment, and if you're having fun, you're doing perfectly.
Oh, 100%. That is absolutely the mindset at which I approach games.
I mean, yeah, that's what I try to tell people. If you say you're trash at something, or you're bad at some games, dude. Everybody is.
Everybody's dog shit at something. It comes with your being alive.
Right. Everybody's shitty, or everybody's bad at something until they give it a shot and they practice it. Hell, pro players, they started being trash at it, but then they started to read the manuals and actually practice what the manual said and put it into actions. And they are now winning who knows how much money in tournaments.
That's actually... Oh my god. Everything people say makes me think of Ultra Kill. Everything makes me think of Ultra Kill. I have the most insane brain rot known to man. I've been playing this game for 4 months now. You want to know how many hours I have in this game that I've been playing for 4 months, and for like 2 of those months I was restricted to exclusively playing on stream? You want to know how many hours I have in Ultra Kill? Even with taking a break from it for a month so I didn't get burnt out, I have 123 hours.
Okay, so my estimate was way farther than that. I thought you were going to say 400 and something.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. But I've only been able to play it actively, like, the most recent month, because for the first couple of months, I was playing it mostly on stream. And I didn't want to play it, because it was my first time playthrough, I didn't want to play it outside of stream. And I stream for about 4 hours every time. And I try not to play the same game twice in a row, so it really adds up to I can play this game 1 or 2 times a week, usually. And then for a month, I haven't been playing the game at all on or off stream. I'm not playing it all on stream anymore because I found that I can't read chat anymore and it makes me feel kind of bad. I have a couple of things planned so I can revisit the game on stream maybe, but I don't want to force it if nobody's interested. And then aside from that, I haven't been playing the game at all off stream because I don't want to burn myself out on games too much. I've overplayed things before and been completely incapable of doing it. I don't want to do that all the time.
Okay. In that case, we kind of are the opposite. Like, I usually get into the mentality that I started this game on stream, I'm finishing it on stream. Like, I usually... Back in the day when I started, I used to do 2 games at the same time, like switching back and forth between those 2 story-wise so I can finish them. But lately I've just been sticking around to just one specific game, and I've been finishing that specific game in just 1 month, since my stream schedule is basically I just stream on Saturdays and Sundays, that's it. And one of those days is busy with the show or something else that I want to do, or even I use both days to play the exact same game twice. So it's kind of repetitive and it's kind of like the same thing over and over again. But in my case, I'm just having fun with it. I stream just because of that.
Oh, 100%. No, for me, I love streaming. It's really fun for me, but I've also talked about this on stream. I haven't been able to find work. I haven't gotten the calls back from any jobs, so right now streaming is also 100% my job. So I feel really bad about the fact that I have to put that stuff into consideration because I would love to just play whatever. But I also, and this is another thing, the number one reason I play video games on stream because I could also play them off stream, frankly. I could probably do away with video games entirely and do better, because so much of my audience is only around for when I'm doing just chatting, if I'm being honest. It's for the most part, I'm essentially a just chatting streamer, and then they find out that I'm like actually the weird streamer with quirky girl interests, and then quirky girl interests, like video games. I'm not like other girls. I play video games. And then I start playing video games, and then people aren't as interested in sticking around, and I'm never gonna fault someone for that. Not for 1 second am I gonna be like, excuse me, you don't like me when I play video games? Do you even deserve me at my just chatting? Like, I don't care what people stick around for, because I totally get that nothing is gonna be everybody's cup of tea, especially because I'm a variety games streamer. I'll play Ultra Kill, and then I'll switch around. I'll play Stardew Valley or something. There's not a lot of overlap in audiences between the games that I play on stream usually, so it's one of those things where I've definitely worked to find more structure in my streams, so that way I can find something that appeals to most of my audience. But the thing I like about streaming is sharing things that I enjoy with people, but I also really have come to enjoy specifically hanging out with people while I play games. So it's become the games feel a little secondary for me at times, and I still love the games. I'm not gonna play a game I hate because chat tells me to, but I really enjoy the communal experience of playing a game and being able to talk to people while I'm playing that game. So I do want to make sure I'm playing games that people like.
Makes sense. Like, in my case, I just play games that I just want to play at the time. Like, I feel an itch and I want to play it. And usually, I don't know if you guys notice, but if you scroll a little bit, you will see a long list of games that I've been on stream so far in like the 3 years I've been doing this almost. Well, no, 3 years. Like, next year is going to be the 4th. But
holy
yeah.
crap, congratulations.
Thank you. Which, that also reminds me, this is the 50th episode of the show too, so it's another milestone that I never expected to be here, to be completely honest with you. Like, it's kind of impressive even to myself.
Thank you for inviting me on for something so special, man. Thank you.
To be completely honest, I never realized it was going to be the 50th episode until I was halfway through it. So yeah, thank you for being here too. It's amazing.
No, absolutely. I've been having a really good time on here. I really enjoy talking to you. You're a huge sweetheart. I really can't thank you enough for inviting me to be on here in the first place.
Hey, it's always a good time. If the guest is having fun, then I did a good job.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
It's good to hear.
Yeah. 50 episode, yes, English. But again, the show wouldn't be what it is without the guests, so please make sure to visit Rosette's socials that are either down in the About page or using !TG to get them. Same for the playlist, !GPL, or down in the About
here,
page.
I made the playlist private and editable on accident. Let me make that public and uneditable.
I mean, it's unlisted, so it's technically
That's
public
true.
for those who with the link. And the link is down there. But yeah,
There you go.
So you can enjoy the tunes that have been carefully selected by Rosette here.
My music taste is abhorrent. You'll never get any studying done with this one.
It's all over the place, and funny enough, we haven't talked about the game with the most songs in here.
We haven't, not even once. I'm
Yeah.
kind of amazed because I think it is like definitively, beyond a shadow of a doubt, the game that I have the most playtime in across my entire life.
Hey.
Splatoon, particularly Splatoon 2. So, oh god, Splatoon is up.
Just say that
Oh,
Splatoon
boy,
music is
for me.
playing.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yes.
No. This game. This fucking game, man. This game. I am still bad at it after all of this time. It is a feat to be as bad at Splatoon as I am, having this many hours in it. And there are reasons for it. I'm not gonna get into it, because honestly, it is a boring conversation. Part of it is honestly just that I haven't put in any work to be better. With a lot of games, I actively go out of my way to do better. Every time I boot up Splatoon, I'm like, 3 minutes, get the guys, and I don't learn anything new. How many hours do I have in Splatoon?
Yeah.
Fast. I don't know if my Switch is dead because I haven't touched it in a while. I can physically tell you right now, it is over 1,000 hours across 2 and 3.
Huh.
All right. Yeah. So profile, I have. Okay, I have. Let me see. I have 1,030 hours in the game.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would never say this to my father. My father would be so disappointed in me. I don't think he could look me in the eye if I told him.
Oh yeah. He Vittori here has more than Splatoon 1 combined on Splatoon 1.
So I have a few hours in Splatoon 1 that remain unlogged. Not only because they are exclusively on the Wii U, they are not on my own Wii U. So when I was in middle school, Splatoon 1 came out while I was in middle school. I had a friend who had a Wii U. The only game console I own is a Switch. I didn't get it until I was in high school. And not when I got the Wii U, when I would stay over at this friend's house, okay, I'll get to that in a second, but when I got there, I would always spend the whole night playing Splatoon with her. We would take turns playing Splatoon 1 on her Wii U, and then she'd go to bed at some point, and then I would play by myself for several more hours and get up way after her to call my mom to go home. In fact, there is a specific restaurant that had really good chicken tenders, and the only time I would have it for the longest time is whenever I was playing Splatoon 1 with her, because we'd order the food. It was from a pizza place, and they also had good chicken tenders. I don't like pizza, so I'd always get the chicken tenders. And then they changed the recipe so drastically that I legit couldn't eat there anymore. And it made me really sad, because I still have phantom cravings for these chicken tenders whenever I play Splatoon. There is a place that does them close enough that is still really good, and I can order from them, get them in less than an hour. But, man, it is sad for me. It is a sad, sad time for me. They will never reach the peak of that first place.
Oh, damn. I have a similar story. It doesn't involve food, sadly, but it involves me leaving high school with a friend after, class and stuff. We were heading out, we were just walking to my friend's house, and he had a PS4. So every time I showed up on his house, he just lets me play games on that thing, and I literally, no joke, beat up Far Cry 4 and Batman Arkham Knight in that console. Myself. He didn't even play them. I feel bad.
I mean, hey. No reason to feel bad. You can take this as an everybody wins situation. He never wanted to play the games, but as far as anybody else knows looking at it, he can tell them he played them in full, and you got to experience them, alright? He gets the cloud out of it, you get the experience. I say it's a win-win.
It would be like that if he didn't sell the fucking console.
Alright, never mind. He loses. Massive L. So much money wasted.
And now he's playing Fortnite at the moment.
Now he's playing Fortnite. Fortnite is a game I have an obscene amount of hours in. Hold on.
I mean, me too, and I started playing at least since December.
I haven't played it in a year and a half either. I played every hour I have in the game is a 1.5, 2 year stretch.
I started playing in December and I'm still playing it today because it's fun. It's been fun so far.
I enjoy the game. I think it's a fun game. I have mixed feelings on it. I think the game itself is really fun. I think they could really stand to hire twice as many people working on it as they currently have,
Hmm.
and then also have the amount of things that come out at any given time, because of the fact that, oh my goodness, the crunch time, coming back to this, I have never seen such insane, intensely bad crunch time, like, anywhere off the top of my head. It is notoriously bad. Like, I don't know, like what are they doing with the money they get from Fortnite if they are not hiring people and paying them properly? It's absolutely ridiculous.
Supposedly giving free shit to people, like the games and stuff, like they give for free for like a week.
Right?
Yeah.
That's how it feels sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to literally add another account because this is on a spam email that I never touch, and I have to log into it. This is... Finding out how many hours I have in Fortnite has become a whole ass endeavor. This is insane.
I can tell you... I can tell you myself.
Oh, there we go. I spelled my spam email's name wrong. I've got this. Dude, the calamari incantation rocks.
Yes!
This is actually spicy calamari incantation specifically.
This is the second version. The first version is from the final boss in Splatoon 1.
That is correct.
Remember that, because I watched the shit out of that when it came out. Okay, so myself, I have 304 hours.
Oh my god. And you started playing this year, right?
December of last year.
This sounds about... Oh, of last year, okay. That makes sense.
I've completed so far 2 Battle Pass, like 150 levels at least.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah, I dedicated a little bit to this game. And you know why?
Why?
Because they released 2 game modes that literally screamed in my face. A racing game and an actual survival game. It's insane. Like a Lego Minecraft in Fortnite. It's insane.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, Lego Fortnite is literally that. It's Minecraft in Lego form.
I feel like I've heard about that. That is insane.
Yeah, it is. And it is fun. Same with Rocket Racing. Rocket Racing, it's literally what if the Rocket League devs made an actual racing game with the cars they have.
That is to a degree that is just utterly beyond necessary. Oh my god.
It's beyond necessary, but it's beyond fun. Well, the racing game gets stale, but if you have good music on the background from Spotify or something, go for it. Like,
okay, good.
I just came back to my early 2000s like PS2 playing Need for Speed type of self. Like I was just feeling like I was playing Need for Speed Most Wanted back in the day. Just put Avengers Sevenfold on the back and I'm literally jamming while driving. It's insane.
That sounds really nice.
It is.
Okay, I have to figure this out. How in the world do I check my hours in Fortnite? I need to embarrass myself live on stream.
Okay.
Feel free to clip this for blackmail.
Okay, so you go to your library. You will have on the right side. You will have a filters with a search bar below it. Just type Fortnite there, and it should pop up.
Fortnite. All right. The only thing that shows is that it's updating.
Yeah, and it's going to do that until we finish updating.
Oh damn. Okay, so I can't check it unless it finishes updating.
And I think it's a 42 gigabyte update, so it's going to be.
Oh yeah. No,
I'm
good. I can tell you another time. I can tell you off stream. That is
no
too much even for me.
No blackmailing.
Yeah, no. I'll say it. I'll say it on stream for anybody who wants to hear it next time I stream. If anybody here remembers, if anybody here wants to see it, you can beat the information out of me. You can ask about it. I will try to remember.
Okay.
Oh, dude, before I forget, because I know you said you're usually running out of steam at some point. I am begging you, go through the playlist and check out Castle Vane. It's another Ultra Kill song. I think about it so much.
I thought it played already.
No, that was Into the Fire. That's a different song. That's the intro song.
Let's play
that's
it. Why
on
not?
the menu.
Let's play it, why not? It's going to take a minute because for some reason the YouTube lags on Firefox only on playlist, not on regular videos. It's interesting.
Yeah, take all the time you need.
It's playing already.
Oh, wait, hold on. There we go. Sorry about that.
Hey.
I did not press play on my own playlist, and yet it started playing. I was absolutely jump scared. I was like, that's a little loud. What's going on here? It was literally only on my end. You wonder what it's named after? Dude, okay, so many of the songs in Ultra Kill are references to things. Like, most obviously, there is a desert level in Ultra Kill.
Yeah.
And it's very clearly based off of Doom. It's a boomer shooter. Takes a lot of inspiration from the game. You want to know what the desert level is called? Dune, as in like sand dunes. Dune Eternal.
Of course it is. Castle
No,
Bane.
it's so funny.
Of course.
No, Ultra Kill is a game with so much love put into it. And this isn't a game reference. I know you said you don't watch a lot of anime. Are you familiar with Gurren Lagann?
Oh, fuck yeah!
Oh, that was a positive response.
I loved it. If it wasn't for Kill la Kill, I wouldn't even watched Gurren Lagann, but thank God I did.
Gurren Lagann is genuinely one of the genuinely one of the best anime ever.
It's beautiful.
But the publishing, the name that Hakita, the developer of Ultra Kill, publishes all of the music under, it's a separate one from any of the groups who made music because there are multiple different music groups that worked with Hakita to make the music. But the singular name that they published under all of the music under for Ultra Kill is Heaven Pierce Her, which has been explicitly stated by Hakita to be a Gurren Lagann reference. In addition to that, one of the weapons, the drill dozer, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Let me make sure real fast.
I mean, you got me on drill. That has to be a reference to Gurren Lagann.
Yeah, but you will see how explicit it is. Alright, so last time I spoke to a friend, she called it a drill dozer. It is actually called the screwdriver rail cannon. Let me find the icon for it. Screwdriver rail cannon.
It's a really hype anime.
Holy shit. It's so good.
It is really good.
I need to drive this home for you. I need you to look at this for me and tell me that that symbol is supposed to be anything other than a core drill. Try and do it. I dare you. You can't.
That's literally Simon's keychain.
It's literally a core drill.
That's literally just that. Let me try something here. Copy. Let me see if I can do something here. Let me see if this works. Oh, it does! Hell yeah! Okay, so this is what Rosette is referring to. Look at this little thing right here, under the gun. That's literally just Simon's keychain.
That is exactly what I literally have a core drill that I keep in my desk. That is what a core drill looks like. Core drill is a thing that is like explicitly in Gurren Lagann. Obviously, it's a drill. That's what it is. It's insane. I can never find this thing when I actually need it, and then I always, there it is. There she is. I found her. It's real.
Cool. Oh shit, this is cool. Meta Knight side V in Smash is also stated to be a cheeky reference to Giga Drill.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
That's sick.
That makes a lot more sense now. Why is Meta Knight literally just doing just spinning like a drill like that? Yeah, now it makes sense. It makes total sense.
Now, one of the things I really love about games is how much inspiration they take from each other.
Oh yeah.
And it's one of the things that I really enjoy when you see it done well, when you can see this really earnest homage to something that inspired someone. There are so many little moments like that, like an Ultra Kill, like I was just talking about. But then there's also the fact that when you are hearing about how games like Dark Souls and what is it called? I am so sorry. Elden Ring, like, you hear that games like Dark Souls and Elden Ring were explicitly inspired by Berserk. You hear all of these things about different games that were inspired by shows and different shows that are inspired by games, sometimes even directly, you know, like Cyberpunk Edgerunners being explicitly inspired by the game, not just the game that you can, you know, buy, play on your PC, but also the TTRPG. I think that it's really awesome to see how much passion and reverence people can have for the people that came before them. I feel like it's something that's very heavily distilled in video games themselves. Like, Ultra Kill is very much a love letter to movement shooters, to boomer shooters. There are so many games where even if I've never played the original, I can tell how much care they have for the people that came before them, and I think that that is really incredible.
Oh yeah. That goes back to what I said before. A lot of like indie games lately just take inspiration on what it worked before, and they just make it their own spin on it and have fun while doing it. It's insane.
100%.
I love that.
I really think it's awesome.
Like, for example, Helldivers, like going back to Helldivers 2. They took inspiration from Deep Rock Galactic, but they made it more focused on the shooting and cleaning up the area type of stuff, with the different types of missions and stuff like that. They took inspiration from Hell and Back from what it worked, or for both Deep Rock Galactic, Left 4 Dead, basically 4-player co-op games, and they just ran with it, and I love it. And then you have the more blatant one in Battle War, but yeah. Battle War is its own beast.
No, I really enjoy video games so much.
Me too. That's why this show exists. I love nerding about it. It's just so fun.
No, 100%. I wanted to ask real fast, by the way. I'm totally fine to continue going. If it's not like an I want to end here sort of thing, but do you have a plan for when you want to end?
Yes, I actually wanted to end like at least 5 to 10 minutes ago.
Oh!
It's fine, it's
fine. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry.
No. It's perfect. It's perfect because when we just get the conversation going, I don't want it to stop until it reaches a natural point of end, you know? That's why this talk show works, and I love it. It's because we can just nerd about this shit for however long we want, but has to be an ending point for it, and this is it. I appreciate it, though. I absolutely adore the time we had so far.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed talking to you today. It was really fun.
I've learned that since I had him on the show, because he was episode 1, the 4 hour, the record holding 4-hour one. Good lord. Oh, yeah.
There is nothing like a long stream to teach you why you don't want to do streams that long again.
Hell, that's not my longest stream either. The longest stream was, I think, back in March of 2022, that I was playing King of Fighters 15. I was doing an arcade run on the hardest difficulty possible, and I've literally played that for 5 hours non-stop. At hour 5 or 6 my brain was dead. My brain was so mushy I couldn't even talk anymore, so I just fuck it, I'm out. I ended up beating it though.
Get that.
I
had a really good time.
Yeah, me too. I appreciated you accepting the invitation and being here.
Absolutely. No, this was seriously, I'm gonna say it again. You were an absolute delight to talk to. Such a sweetheart. I really, really appreciate you having me on here. Everyone I know who's been on here, absolute sweetheart. Genuine honor to be counted among them. I'm really glad that I got to come on here, got to talk to you for a while. It was really nice to get the ball rolling, hanging out with you. Seriously, this was so sweet of you. Thank you so much. Do you have anybody in mind to raid?
Yeah, I was about to ask you the same thing. I usually let the guest decide who we raid. That's how I found you, remember?
That's true. Well, I know we're only just you and I both, really, because I know you were watching the stream too. We're only just coming back from there, but Celestial does have his Donathon going on, if you want to say hi to him. I've also got a couple other options, like Friend of mine, I really think you would like her. I'm pretty sure Inkley is streaming. Yeah, Inkley is streaming right now. Inkley is really good. Let me see if there's anybody else. Not a lot of, like, good friends on, because I want to raid someone that I'm, like, really pretty good friends with.
Yeah.
Plushie, another friend of mine online, she's playing Stardew. Fox, he's playing Fate Grand Order. Really fun dude. Cray is, like, one of my mods, genuinely, like, one of those sweetest people. Could raid him, too. Cray is doing... Yeah, I was going down the list. I was sorting by viewer, because that makes it easier to find sometimes. If there's anybody in particular you want to raid. Yeah, no.
Let's raid
No, Cray's such a sweetheart. Yeah, let's raid Cray.
If they are your mod, let's give them some love. Why not?
No, Cray 100% deserves the raid. Really big sweetheart. He actually debuted a model recently. Genuinely really cool model. I think you'll like him. It's Brady's Nix. I'm going to type it out for you. Because I know you saw it earlier.
I cool.
There you go.
Perfect. Okay. Before going, I said I had an announcement to make, right? So outside of the little thing you saw on the About page, right? For next month, I'm going to have just 2 guesses, but there's a reason for it. Next weekend is the anniversary of a game that I enjoyed to death since it came out, and that's Street Fighter 6. So I'm going to dedicate the next 2 streams to that specific game. I'm going to do a little like stream retrospective talking about what my experience with the game was over the past year. And on Sunday we're going to hang out with a friend called Gigabytes, which they are streaming at the moment, so I'm going to hang out there too. We're going to do a little thing that we did when the game was about to release, and we're going to revisit the theme songs of the game, which... For me, it's a good game has to have a good balance between design, story, and music. So, music, it's very important part for me. Like, it's part of my content, and it's part of what I enjoy in the game the most sometimes. So, we're going to be revisiting that tier list, and after that, you will have to find out on my socials what's coming up next for the show. There it is. Check the socials. But yeah, that's it for me. Do you have any plans coming up, Rosette?
Me? Yeah. Well, I don't have anything set in stone just yet. My birthday's next month. It's going to be June 15th. I'm not going to be planning on the date, but I have some stuff that I want to do for my birthday. I want to do a donathon. Talked about that recently. I'm going to be doing a punishment wheel stream, determined as of yesterday, because I do a monthly goal on my streams, set a points goal that my viewers have to meet, so that way it's to incentivize people to come and hang out, to lurk if they can, and my viewers really like it. It's always been really fun doing stuff. So I've got like a punishment wheel stream coming up, I'm going to be doing a donathon, tons of stuff like that. I always try to have something planned, because I think it's fun to have something to work on. But overall, it's still pretty chill right now, and nothing really concrete set up. That's probably something I'm going to be working on over the next few days. Thank you for asking.
Oh, no problem. Like, it's cool to have a plan. Like, if I announce what I'm going to do, which is usually not the case, because I don't like planning too much ahead because of what I told you before. You never know what's going to happen, but this time I'm set on stone that I want to do that, so that's coming up. And
no, that's really awesome.
Yeah, I'm planning on also editing those 2 streams down for a video, because it's something special. It's the first time ever that I catch a game on release and I actually get the chance to play it. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy that, and I hope to see you guys there. I'll be posting about it on Twitter most likely. My socials as well as Rosette's are all in the About page too. So feel free to check it out. And thank you everybody for the support today and for being here. It's been real, it's been amazing, and I hope to see you guys on the next one.
I really enjoyed being here. Thank you again. I will absolutely see you guys over at Craze. Thank you so much for having me again.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for accepting the invitation. it's always fun. It's always a good time here, and I'm glad I completed my mission. Uh, all
No,
right,
this was absolutely fantastic.
yeah. All right, I'll be seeing you guys on the other side. Later.
Bye!